My name's Alyce and I'm an Australian sprint kayaker, and I'm so excited to be here talking to you guys virtually at the United Through Sports Virtual Youth Festival, and so excited to see you guys all connect in this way. You know, these last few months have been like no other, and I think we can all agree on that. But it's taught us so many different positive things, and I think I've become a better athlete and a better human being as a result. You know, I've learned how to connect with people in different ways. I've learned how to stay active inside my own house and try new things and push barriers, and that's really exciting as well. And I think I've just learned to just be kinder and be more empathetic to people around me in my community. You know, as athletes, we're incredibly lucky to be exposed to and be given so many different opportunities in life. We have the power to connect with people of all walks of life, no matter where they are. And that's something not many people get to do. You know, and I think we have the responsibility to use this connection and advocate for what we believe in. You don't have to be the loudest and proudest. You know, I'm not telling you to go and stand on top of a roof and yell exactly what you believe in. But if you stand up for what you believe in, I really think we can all make a difference. For an example, I'm really passionate about equal opportunity. You know, whether you're male, you're female, you're black, you're white, you have a disability, no matter where you come from, what language you speak, whoever you are, I really believe we all deserve the same access and equal opportunity to everything around us. So something I can do to advocate for this, you know, is talk to a friend if they're, you know, maybe unconsciously discriminating. Just pick them up on their language quietly behind a corner. I could share a post for an upcoming event, you know, that's something we can do digitally. I can even simply just follow an organisation that is an advocate for this area and just keep in touch and keep up with what they're doing. For me, I'm really passionate about leaving my own legacy in sport, and I think so many athletes have that power and ability to be able to leave a legacy. For me, I want to leave a legacy that has helped break down the barriers and help bring people closer together so we can all work together as one. You know, the vision of the Olympic Games is to build a better world through sport. And by championing the values of excellence, respect, friendship, I truly believe we as athletes can achieve this. And I can't wait to be able to do this with people like yourself into the future. So have a great virtual forum, and I look forward to connecting with you all.
First of all, thank you so much for this invitation to this Virtual Youth Festival. I'm very honored and filming this from Caracas, Venezuela, from the Olympic Committee House here. And the first of the thing is we need to talk about the Olympic values, which are friendship, respect, and excellence. And base it in this like a separate, like in three things. What are the three things like I will suggest right now? Because this is a question that we should be brainstorming in a table and bringing all our ideas together. And the first of the thing they say is keep loyal to yourself. You need to look for your truth and live your own truth. And this is the way that you will start to put all the building and all the step to, you know, keep toward to your goals and to your mission. The other thing that sometimes I'm not very pleasant to hear, like the next generation, like what we will be, how we could build a better world for the next generation. We need to think right now that there is no past generation, there is not next generation, there is just right now where we are living. This is our generation, and this is the thing that we need to think what we can do from ourselves, where the position that we are, to make this world better place to live right now. If it's not you, who? If it's not now, when? So just keep consistent in that. That is the thing I will say. Just keep consistent in your goal, in your mission, in your passion, and the goal will evolve automatically in a mission. And just with the trusting in yourself and believing yourself, you automatically will make your world better. So this is the thing that I will say from my heart, from my experience, coming from Venezuela, in a country that I born like in the Delta del Orinoco, in Estado Bolívar. It's like, and all the experience I've been living in the world. I've been living in Lausanne, I've been living in Lyon, I've been traveling the world, and these are my conclusions that I will be sharing with you, all you people that are watching this right now. I will suggest to all these people that are looking at me in this moment is to live one day at a time forever. I will translate this, I will say in Spanish for all the people that are also speaking Spanish, is vive un día a la vez para siempre. What does this mean? It's like focus yourself and just ask you the question, if you have everything in this world, if you have absolutely everything, you're healthy, you're wealthy, you're loved, you have everything that you want, what would you do with your time? What is the thing that brings fire to your heart? Like, ask you that question and get one step at a time and be realistic. Ask for the impossible. It's one life, it's one chance. So just put your focus and your energy on that, in what actually make you feel happy inside of yourself. You're not doing anything for other people in the world. Of course, that you're thinking that what the step that you do right now is like is give joy to everyone. That's right, but focus on yourself, focus on your goal, focus in your joy. It's like look inside yourself, do meditation, like travel wherever you want to be, like be with your family, with that people that you love. It's like just focus yourself focus your energy in that thing that actually make you feel joy, make you feel happiness, and make you feel like you are a whole integrated human being. So that is what I want to look, that is what I feel with my life. In Spanish I will say, yo me siento plena. And this is the thing that I don't know how to translate in English. That is what you need to look now. But it's just that, like, make your life to yourself. Don't live for anyone else. Just live for yourself.
To me, what makes the Paralympic movement so unique is truly the athletes that make it all possible. It's an incredible demonstration of what the human body and, more importantly, the human heart is capable of overcoming, of achieving. One of the things that I think is really rare in the sports industry is to visually see the impact that a sport can have on someone's life. And I think you really see that in the Paralympics, how sport lifts up so many of the athletes and can literally take them from a very low, dark place to really the height of athleticism. And I love that the Paralympic movement celebrates all that is possible, not only in what we can achieve and do, but also the differences and the things that make Paralympic athletes so unique. And I think it's also a great celebration of what disability, the narrative that can be changed with disability, and how we look at people with disabilities across the globe, not as lesser than, but as powerful, as impactful, as being able to make vital contributions to our society and our world. And I'm so grateful and thankful to be a part of this movement that I see continuing long into the future, but as being able to do incredible things in this world. To me, what makes the Paralympic movement so unique is truly the athletes that make it all possible. It's an incredible demonstration of what the human body, and more importantly, the human heart, is capable of overcoming, of achieving. One of the things that I think is really rare in the sports industry is to visually see the impact that a sport can have on someone's life. And I think you really see that in the Paralympics, how sport lifts up so many of the athletes and can literally take them from a very low, dark place to really the height of athleticism. And I love that the Paralympic movement celebrates all that is possible, not only in what we can achieve and do, but also the differences and the things that make Paralympic athletes so unique. And I think it's also a great celebration of what disability, the narrative that can be changed with disability, and how we look at people with disabilities across the globe, not as lesser than, but as powerful, as impactful, as being able to make vital contributions to our society and our world. And I'm so grateful and thankful to be a part of this movement that I see continuing long into the future, but as being able to do incredible things in this world.
Fight to Protect is an effort to use sport both as a platform and tool to address various forms of child sexual violence. One way for us to do that is to use the influence and reach of sport to raise awareness on the issue, to contribute to its prevention. In my case, we have mostly used jiu-jitsu because it is the sport I am engaged in. We partner with organizations in the Philippines that are experts on the issue and use sport to capture the interest of people. We have organized jiu-jitsu-based awareness events and workshops in order to do that. The campaigns we support are the End Child Rape campaign by Child Rights Network Philippines, which aims to raise the age of consent in our country from a very low 12 years old to at least 16 years old. Another is a Not for Sale campaign by Plan International Philippines, which aims to make the end of commercial sexual exploitation of children a national priority. Most recently, we also partnered with the Freedom Sunday campaign, which brings together faith-based communities to work towards the end of online sexual exploitation of children and the restoration of child survivors. Sport interests people, especially the youth. It makes such a heavy and heartbreaking topic a little bit more digestible and also moves and inspires people to act. We also use Jiu-Jitsu as a tool to empower the youth to say no to sexual violence both internally and externally. Our martial art has its own self-defense aspects, and although this should only be taught as a last resort, the internal effect is that children and youth have more confidence to say no, and they are equipped with tools to free themselves from a harmful situation. Lastly, we also use Jiu-Jitsu as a tool to aid in the restoration of children who have experienced sexual violence. We have been doing this since 2016, and we have seen how much the sport has impacted the lives of children. Jiu-Jitsu has helped them gain confidence to testify against their perpetrators in court. And now, the children we taught in 2016 are the ones teaching Jiu-Jitsu to the younger children in their home. We have seen how Jiu-Jitsu can help bring children from being victims to survivors and eventually advocates themselves. Now is such a crucial time to do what we can, use what we can to help those in need because our world is in pain, especially the most vulnerable groups. In my case, whatever influence and reach my victories in Jiu-Jitsu have brought about, I have poured into the efforts of Fight to Protect. Within the pandemic, experts have spoken about the increase in reports of online sexual exploitation of children, or OSEC. Sadly, the Philippines has been tagged by the UNICEF as the global epicenter of OSEC, and this has also been confirmed by a recent study by International Justice Mission. I could not just sit back and do nothing. I was in despair over the situation, but eventually used that despair as a fuel to act. We organized a sports-based fundraiser and awareness event called Sweat to Protect. This is to support Project SAFE. SAFE stands for Support and Awareness to Fight Exploitation. The project was a community-based effort by Nazarene Compassionate Ministries which raised awareness, provided basic needs of the community, and empowered locals to protect their neighborhood in the areas in the Philippines that are known to be vulnerable to OSEC. A couple of friends working in the sports and fitness industry gathered together to lead a full day of workouts for free through the Sweat to Protect event. Using the influence and reach brought about by my victories, I also tapped into mainstream media in the Philippines to promote the event. We used Facebook Live to stream the event, and we also invited experts and those immersed in the work against OSEC to speak on the issue in between the workouts. And this is to raise awareness and to call people to be part of the fight by supporting Project SAFE. We exceeded our fundraising goal and impacted 2,315 families. The project also raised youth advocates in the areas who are now committed to continuously work towards ending online sexual exploitation of children in their communities. Apart from this, we also continue to teach Jiu-Jitsu to the child survivors of sexual abuse and OSEC online to help them recover from their trauma and to give an outlet through these tough times. Here we can see how the digital world can be used for the most heinous and heartbreaking forms of harm. But what we did was to show the opposite, how online means can be used for change, and combined with the influence that sport can bring, we can make an even greater impact.
I think athletes are good role models once they realize what part they are playing in a team. I mean, like, okay, we are the athletes. We are exposed to the competition, to the opponent. We are in the spotlight. But the main part is before the competition, before the Olympic event is going on. There are so many factors that are playing into this one, which starts with the families, your parents that supports you, that believe in you, that give you the first sponsorship for actually. And it goes on with the club that supports you, sends you to competitions, goes on with the national team that selects you to become a national fencer, and then sends you to the Olympic Games. But the most essential thing is to know that as the athlete, you have to follow rules and regulations. As an athlete, you have to know that there is this periodization of practice. You have to keep practicing all the time. If you are in good mood, you have to practice. It makes fun. If you're in a bad mood, you have to still go and practice, because on the bad days is that what defines you, that you keep going and that you believe in those things, in those goals that you were setting, and your fans and your people were trusting you in that. So I think a good role model is someone who has the responsibility towards the goal, and that means like to commit, and of course to keep fighting until the end. I think this never give up attitude, and I'll give my best is a feature that shows that makes you to become a good role model. I think this pandemic taught us a lot of things, that in times when you are sitting for yourself and thinking, okay, why are you doing all this? What are you doing this for? Is it for the people that are cheering you, or is it for yourself to improve, to prove that you are able to do great things? And I think during the pandemic it shows that you have to have a work ethic, that you can believe that one day we're going to find a vaccine against this new virus. And I think that with the knowledge that we are gaining each day, that we are able to handle this pandemic better and better. But the most important is that we are again following the guidelines and the rules that were set by authorities such as the World Health Organization or your governmental organization that teaches you or wants to tell you that you have to be responsible. Wear a mask. Of course, I don't have one now, but normally when I get a lot among people, I'm going to wear a mask just to prevent, in case if I have, that I infect you, or in case if someone has it, that I get a slight protection against this virus. But most important is also that you have to stay healthy mentally, keep yourself busy, learn, read books, physically go work out, have fun, work out in the fitness room, do body exercises, whatever makes you feel healthy, and of course live healthy, eat good food, live healthy, don't smoke, don't drink. I mean, like, all those good things should help you to overcome this new pandemic, and thus I think for the post-pandemic, if we follow these guidelines as well as living healthy, work out, keep your body and your mind strong, that we will overcome these tough times.